Okay, well, just got back from the powder coating, ceramic coating shop, and here's $873 worth of ceramic coated exhaust parts. That's not the parts and the coating, that's just the coating. Anyway, they seem to look pretty nice. I haven't unwrapped them yet, but I believe they look pretty good. And I'm happy about that. Now if we can get the motor in the car and I can get it to run right. Right now we're having a hell of a time getting that motor to run right. It's sat on the stand for a year, more than a year and a half probably. And the last time we fired it up, it ran like shit. You saw the video of how it ran at first when everything was new, and it should still be running that way, and we've been doing our best to troubleshoot it, and we're down to fuel. I think maybe the fuel that's in the little tank is no longer any good, and God only knows what it did inside the carburetor and all of that, so that's where we're at with that. But anyway, I just wanted to show you this. I just got back with this. Gonna go and stash it somewhere where it's out of harm's way until we need it. See you later. Well, we're one step closer. Just finished putting some black primer on all of this. So as soon as I can, we're gonna put our top coat on. Don't know for sure if that's going to be tomorrow or not. We got some appointments tomorrow morning, but depending on how that goes, you can see. Maybe we can do a top coat tomorrow morning. You can see the floor is black again. I keep cleaning it. Hopefully one more time, and that's it. This plastic's going to go away. Boy, am I anxious for that to happen. Uncover all the car and get rid of this. This has been here for damn near 2 years. And I sure am tired of cleaning it. Anyway, that's where we're at here. I'm happy about that too. The firewall came really smooth. You can't, I'm not even going to sand this before I put a top coat on it because it looks really smooth. As far as where the patches were and you know where the plugs got welded in and all that good stuff. Really happy with that. Anyway, later. Bye. Well, yippee. This is quite the milestone for me. I got my floor back. You remember one of the first things I did when I started this project was to make a containment tent around this lift because I knew I was going to be making a hell of a mess with stripping paint and stripping the bottom of the floor and all that good stuff besides the actual overspray from the painting. Well, I'm finally done with it. I'll show you that in another video, but today I'm cleaning up this floor. There's what's left of the plastic. I just finished pulling all of that up, and that was a bit of a chore too because tape's been down there a year and a half. So some of it came up normally, some of it came up not so nice. So now, like I said, the rest of my day here, I'm sure is going to be spent cleaning this up the rest of the way. With I have some degreaser, that citric lemons, whatever that citric degreaser, citrus degreaser, whatever you want to call it, works pretty nice. And solvent and whatever else it takes. The tapes you see on the floor right now are tapes that I had put there when I positioned the car. I think I positioned the 57 there. And I might have put my truck and made the two, or the Model A, I don't remember which at this point, so I'm going to have to do those over. And I just put those indications where the tires needed to sit to be on the lift in the right spot. I'll probably do those over again, something more permanent than tape. But this is a big deal for me. This is quite a milestone, getting my floor back, and now I can clean this thing, and hopefully I won't be making this kind of mess anymore. Later. Well, hello there, folks. I think on my last video I was all happy because I was done painting. At least so I thought. As you can see, that was wrong. We've been, Scott mostly, I did some of these, Scott did a whole bunch. Been painting all this little stuff that couldn't get powder coated. That's some of it, and more of it hanging over here. Well, there. Steering box. The hinges for that door that I think I bent the hinges when I was lifting the car. That's the pedal assembly. Assembly, the support for the pedals, clutch and brake pedal. Oh, and we got the motor figured out. And I think I told you in the last one it wasn't running worth a damn for some reason. After it just nothing changed, it just sat there, and it turned out the reason it wasn't running was bad fuel. We thought, how usually they say if you think you got carburetor problems, it's probably electrical. So that's what we thought. That's how it acted. So we started checking the ignition, all the wires and the module in the electronic distributor and the timing and you name it, all to no result. So we finally went to the fuel, and it turned out the fuel was old and kind of brown, almost like varnish. It was starting to turn, I guess. So we drained the little tank there on the front of the stand, blew all the lines out, opened up the carburetor, cleaned that out, blew all of those passages out, made sure the jets were clean, put some new fuel in it, fired it up, and it ran great just immediately when we fired it up. I mean, we didn't even know where the timing was. But like I say, that was the cause. The cause for it not running properly or correctly, whatever, right, was bad fuel. What I'm doing here is some touch-up. You see this area, this little gutter area here right in front of the cowl. I taped that initially because the cowl was going to be black, and that's painted the body color. Obviously, when you open the hood, you look down in there, and when the hood's closed, you can actually see some of that color. So I taped that little trough, that little gutter, and I painted the cowl. When I removed all the masking a couple of weeks ago, whenever it was, and I pulled that tape off, a whole bunch of that paint came with the tape. Evidently, when they painted this blue the last time, they weren't too particular about preparing that little gutter area. And the paint the glue took a whole bunch of the blue paint off to where it was showing that. I don't have anything to show you. This car was, I don't remember the color. So they call it beige, but it's like a cream color. So you had this bright blue with all these cream spots, sticking out everywhere. And it did that not only there, but it did it on the door sills where it was going to show. And some of the door jambs had chips and stuff where you could see, like where the button goes to turn the lights on and off. You remove the button, there was this big cream colored ring there where they had never removed it when they painted. So I took care of all those things while I was doing this. I just did this today. I taped all of this off. Took me a whole day to do this because I don't know how to do it. And the other thing I found was this is a painter's plastic. And I guess it probably works fine for painters, like house painters. But when you use it with automotive products, what I found last night when I primed it was when you get the primer on it, if the plastic is like right next to the tape where you fasten it, so you get paint on it, well, the paint flakes right off of it when it dries, which is not good, because then you're getting all those flakes that all over your painted areas if you aren't careful. So I had to do what I could to remove all those flakes and put some tape over those areas. Just more work. But anyway, here's where we are this week. I'm going to put a video together at this point. This is probably going to be kind of long. I know I got a bunch of segments as we've been making progress here. So please feel free to comment and like if you like what you're seeing, or whatever I'd like to hear what you think. Talk to you later. Bye.